Good afternoon. Okay, so, it's Saturn retrograde. I've never talked about retrogrades before or anything like that. It's kind of funny because when Pluto retrograde hit, I was led to do a video about dignities, exaltations, falls, and detriments within a chart. Okay. Excuse me, I'm making a video. Can you please do whatever it was you were doing before you tried to pop up in my video? Excuse me. He's a ham, dear. He's a ham. He likes the camera. I can't, I would be doing this shit all day if I edited him out every single time he popped up in my shit. But anyway, let me see. We're gonna talk about dignities, exaltations, and falls and detriments, okay? Especially because now we're in Saturn retrograde and Pluto retrograde. There's also Hygeia retrograde. Hygeia is ruling hygiene. And Icarus, it's wherever your Icarus placement is will determine if you have like natural bipolarity, okay? So, excuse me. Let me see here. Let's get into it. When I first got on Facebook, you know how you have your little tagline and you can say something about whatever, Mine said humanitarian, but I don't like people though. Oxymorons and retrograde flow. I said I have a rhyme for everything. Okay. All right. Well, here's the funny thing about that. All right. When I first got on Facebook, remember I got on Facebook in 2018, I still didn't have any understanding of anything. I didn't know about my chart. I didn't know anything. I was getting into angel numbers and stuff like that because I was getting those. After I had Aaron, they just they surged. It was crazy. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I wish I had this.
All right, I'll put it on your wish list.
And there's another Lego thing. This Lego thing.
Okay.
Also, I got that one too. It's a spider Lego thing.
Oh, okay. You have that one actually.
I lost it.
You didn't. I just didn't put it together because it was 1 billion pieces, and when I made the Iron Man one, you just tore it apart within 5 minutes. So, please stop interrupting my video.
Why don't you give me one of that one?
I will consider it. I'll put it on your wish list. Okay. I just told him he has one already, but it's cool. It's cool. Okay. All right. I was into angel numbers, and I was into, I've always been into history. It's funny because my oldest son just told me that recently. He's like really into history. I'm like, cool. Me too. Anyway, with us being in Saturn retrograde, and Pluto retrograde, I wanted to show you this aspect in my chart and also explain, for those who may not know, dignities, detriments, exaltations, and falls. Okay, so a dignity is the most strong and harmonious position, and it's a planet in its own domain, the sign ruler. So that could be the proper house or the proper sign, because there's one that's corresponding for both, right? And then you have the exaltation, which is a harmonious operation of planetary energies. The planet is one of the supporting signs. This can look like the first house is really good with any water sign. So if you have a water sign in the first house, no matter what it is, that would be no matter what it is. If it's a Cancer, it's a dignity. But if it's a Pluto or a Pisces, it's an exaltation. Okay. Or like I believe Scorpio can be very beneficial in Aries. No. Pluto can be very beneficial in Mars. And Aries, right? Yes, I'm right. That doesn't make sense. Scorpio. There we go. Scorpio can be a dignity in Pluto, and it can be an exaltation in Mars. That's what I meant to say. There you go. I got it now. But when it's in Mars, it would be an exaltation. In Pluto, it's a dignity. Okay. So then you have fuck. I done lost my spot. Excuse me. So then you have falls. Falls are planetary energies that haven't disappeared, yet more effort is required to activate them, and they tend to last shorter periods of time. Some extra push is essential to use those energies. And then you have detriment, which is the weakest position of all. The planet is in the opposite sign of its natural domain, symbolism of an obstacle. Planetary energies are not easy to put into action. Great. Okay, so now we know what that is. Strongest to weakest is dignity, exaltation, fall, and detriment, which is just how I read it. It's not actually written like that in this app for some reason, but okay. So now let's get down to the nitty gritty, okay? Because everybody's talking, ooh, that Saturn retrograde energy. Y'all about to get fucked up. That Saturn retrograde energy. Let's. Saturn in Capricorn is a dignity. But not only that, I was born in Saturn retrograde. And it is in the 6th house, which is a house of karma. In the 6th house, it's, I believe, do not quote me, but I believe for the 6th house, the karma is related to business, law, illness. Y'all done fucked up now, especially with the ones that fucking teamed up with me to create a tower for you. Oh boy, because they got some beastie ass fucking placements as well in their Saturn. You done fucked up now. Right, so then we could get into, I said Pluto. I have Pluto in Scorpio, which is a dignity as well. And currently, I was also born in a Pluto retrograde. Yeah, so let's look at what these retrogrades mean. Because, I feel like everybody talks a lot about what Mercury retrograde communication, and somebody's gonna come back and your stuff is gonna be messed up. Okay, yeah, that's fine, but what about Saturn retrograde? During retrograde movement, Saturn tends to withdraw its innate sense of boundaries, which makes some act in a childlike or unusually irresponsible manner. Saturn retrograde lasts for 138 days. Pluto is absolute magnetic intensity transcendence via climaxes. Retrograde movement pushes Pluto expression even deeper into personal or collective unconsciousness. Seated changes are really difficult to interpret due to the increased depth at which they originate, and Pluto retrograde lasts for about 6 months. So for certain periods of time, a planet as observed from Earth may slow down and start moving backwards. This retrograde movement is due to the difference in angular speeds of the Earth and the planet. The retrograding planet doesn't change speed nor direction. Rather, the Earth starts to overtake the planet at certain combination of bends. When the period of retrograde movement is over, the planet turns direct. Okay? So, it's kind of funny because that means that my natural nature is kind of childlike, right? If I was born in a Saturn retrograde, if I was born in a Scorpio retrograde, that means that the expression is even deeper into personal or collective unconsciousness. What? Say that again. What did it? Yeah. Yeah, we in my natural state right now. I'm getting real deep. Let me tell you how deep. I had a really weird dream. And I know that all dreams do not, all dreams have meaning, deeper meaning, right? And I already looked into the deeper meaning, but the meditative state for a high priestess is REM, right? So when I'm starting to dream, I am likely having visions, and not all of my dreams are related to me. I want to let you know somebody out there is about to be set up by a police officer, and not like in the way that you think. Just if you've been dealing with a police officer and that police officer is crooked already, but is starting to be convicted, like, their actions are starting to be weighed heavily on their heart, you want to be weary, because he's going to set you up, she's going to set you up, and it's not going to be in a way that you think. This police officer is experiencing a lot of guilt and is very unbalanced. They are going to set you up in a way that you would never imagine. And we ain't talking like, trying to catch you selling your body or none of that shit. It's going to be some weird shit going on with these police officers. They're about to take themselves out in an unusual way. Anyway, I thought y'all would enjoy that. Oh, and also just to let you know, I was also born with Neptune and Uranus in retrograde as well. That is the retrograde flow. I just really like how, what I can say about my Facebook, especially when I am, because I have a plan to do some more. I like reading from those old posts and stuff, but what I found to be most interesting is just that I really knew myself on a level I never could have imagined. I could have never imagined that I actually, especially when you're being gaslighted, you don't know yourself, you don't love yourself, I literally on the money, honey, right down to the chart. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Good luck to those who came against me during this Saturn retrograde.